destroyer there. Nigel Benn, 12 explosive wins now in the turn. And really almost home from home here. He comes out of the West Ham area, and this is back in your old actual East End in Bethnal Green. So it's only really a left hook from where he lives, out at Ilford. And trainer behind there, Brian Lynch, and the son, Sean, in front. And I'm afraid the Venezuelan has been kept waiting a little while. So there it is, Dark Destroyer, and showing the Venezuelan the business a little bit. The Venezuelan came into the ring there without the dressing gown, obviously influenced by the entry of Mike Tyson. Either that or he can't afford one. His correct name, it's not Felix.
And in this corner, from Ilford, Nigel Benn!
And he's really brought the crowd out tonight, I'll tell you that, Nigel Benn.
For the weigh-in today, Benn scaled 11 stone, 10 pound, Chirino 11 stone, 12 and a half pound. Your referee for this contest,
so the border control has chosen Larry O'Connell, former boxer and a top amateur, of course, now star grade. And he won't look at him there. You notice that, Chineros? He figured, why do I need the stare? His nerves must be a little bit unsettled by the crowd reaction anyway, and he's a long way from home. Nonetheless, in this game, you punch on the chin and you're never sure what town you're in. So now, can he make it a lucky 13, as they say? Although it hasn't been lucky in his case, Ben. He's done in style. He's done his fights, and he had a good one against the American Reggie Miller and won in the 7th round in his last one. But I don't know the strength of the Venezuelan. He got a little right jab on the head there, and he seemed to take that all right. It was only a taster as far as Ben was concerned. Oh, he pulled him onto the punch there, and the referee's into that one. That was a smart pro move, Jim, but he can't get away with it.
Yeah, he's got a bit of talent as well as the punching power. He's very difficult to hit. You can see that already, the way he's bobbing and weaving in front of the Venezuelan. But straight away, he's looking for the target with the big stuff.
This fella's, Ben, he's really got it together in his mind as well. He thinks like an experienced pro fighter, former ABA champion, remember, so he was certainly no mug in the amateurs, and 5 years with the Royal Fusiliers and won army titles right up to heavyweight, would you believe? Came in at 11 stone 10, 4 pounds above the middleweight limit. And Chineros came in at 11-12. But I think the weight might be irrelevant here. It's all about the punches that are coming in. Just got a bit wild at the start now. He won't be pleased with that, Ben, when he watches replays of this. He likes the punches to be accurate, and he admired Marvin Hagler so much, and certainly Hagler was very accurate with his shots. In this game, you can't waste too many, Jim. You've got to make them count.
Well, I think Ben's so used to blasting people out quickly, he doesn't mind taking a few chances early on. If this fellow, who looks not too bad at this stage, if he gets through the first round, maybe then Ben will settle down a little bit. He's a little bit wild at this stage.
a minute to go. Oh, and he's trying to bang him over. And he dropped that right hand there on the chin. And Jim Watt was saying if he gets through the first round, he'll have done well. And he's game enough. He's got up. So maybe he could be saved by the clock there now. He's got to get it under control, Benn, but he doesn't need to. He just throws punches there, and the crowd love it too. And that's just what he needed, a bit of an orchestra, that sounded like, for Chirino to get himself back in that corner. Well, there's a rundown, as I say, on Benn. We're getting him in early because the way it's going, I don't think he's going to be there much longer. He's had a 16-second win as well. And that's Brian Lynch working with him. And let's have another... Jim, have a look at the replay now. The second knockdown, I think this is. Yeah,
well, we all know about the power. Chirino's in a little bit of trouble here. The good left hook comes over, wobbled him, down he goes. He didn't seem seriously hurt, but he was certainly shaken.
So this is what we know about Chirino. I don't know the two gentlemen that defeated him, but they couldn't have been too bad. Coming out for the second. Now, he's late coming off the stool because in America and Venezuela, they're used to the seconds away buzzer. So Larry O'Connell, he's going to get a firm grip on this now. Oh, led with the right hand. It went whistled past the chin. I think almost the wind of that punch had the Venezuelan over. Well, you can see why he's become a big ticket seller now, Nigel, Benn. He gives it all the action. Willing to take a punch or two coming in. He did that with Reggie Miller, and this is exactly as he did with the American before. He didn't mind taking a whack to give one, and he's not going to make this. He's looking appealingly at his corner, and he's been counted out almost at the start, as it were, in the second round, because he'd hardly worked up a real sweat there, Nigel, Benn. And now the trade paper in boxing has him as a #2 middleweight in the country. He's acknowledging the lads in the gallery here, because he used to come here and watch boxing in the heart of London's East End. Jim, he's some finisher, isn't he?
You know, I've always been impressed by his punching, but tonight I was impressed also by his talent, because he showed he can bob and weave, find his way in without getting hit himself. He doesn't get hit too often. He's not just a big puncher who doesn't have any talent to back that up. He's really shaping into a first-class fighter.
So there's the entrepreneur from snooker, Barry Hearn, who's come into boxing now to co-promote with the other entrepreneur, Frank Warren.
Winner then on a count-out, please, Nigel Benn!
I think he's a little bit pleased with himself, and he has every right to be. So we can have another look at that replay now. As Jim Watt was saying, he knows how to slip punches, all right, to get in. He didn't mind taking that one, but he's got to watch it for the future, mind you. And now he's got him within his range, and bingo, it's curtains. Jim?
Well, you can see it by the way Chirino's legs folded. There was no chance he was beating the count. Slipping here, just looking for the opening as usual. Over it comes now, bang onto the chin. There it goes. As soon as the punch landed, you can see the way the legs went. That count was never been beaten.
So here's
Nigel, many congratulations. Lucky 13 for you.
Yeah, that's what I want to get out. That is the one that I want to get out of the way quickly.
You're a bit of a superstitious fellow, are you?
Yeah, very, very. Oh, boy.
How much does the support that you received here mean to you? Because the atmosphere was absolutely bubbling from the moment you came in.
Well, the fans, you know, they give me more incentive to go out there, you know, and do the business, because I've got a wonderful crowd behind me. I can't lose. I can't lose.
People tend to forget about you. You've only had, what, 24, 25 professional rounds, and you're still a relative novice, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, I need to go more than 2-3 rounds so that I can get the experience. But, like, the way Brian's training me, you know, I doubt if I will do a lot of rounds, not until I meet top class.
That's Brian Lynch, your trainer, but I think now you've almost had enough of the quick knockouts. You want a title to be on the line, don't you?
Well, you know, I think within the next 2-3 fights, I think after the way we've been going through the last year, I think, you know, we should have a shot at one of the titles, the British, the European, or the Commonwealth.
But you're on a very busy run now, aren't you, over the next couple of months or so? Just tell us about that.
Well, I've got 5 fights lined up in 10 weeks. So, you know, now it won't be like having a week off. It'd be straight back in the gym training.
And I think you even trained on Christmas Day, didn't you?
Christmas Day, Boxing Day, we were still in the gym training, Jim.
Let's just bring Brian Lynch, your trainer, in here. Brian, he must be a dream to work with because he's so keen and so enthusiastic.
It's lovely. You know, you can't go wrong. If he has, like you just said, we've got 4 fights lined up in X amount of days. If he knocks them out in 2 rounds, it only works out 8 rounds for 4 fights. So we hope to do that on every fight. As I said before, they say they want him to go longer. I don't. I love him to fall off the seat and let them count him out in the other corner, and Nigel will be the winner. These wars, I don't think, do you any good. Nigel goes in, he don't care who they are. We've got all these people who want to fight him, and fetch them on. We'll fight them.
But Nigel, do you feel that they've said, or Frank Warren, your new manager, has said you're on a crash course of learning? Do you really learn the game by the sort of thing you did here tonight?
Well, yeah, tonight, yeah, I didn't learn much, but I'm learning. The last fight against Reggie Miller, you know, I was really glad I went 7 rounds because me and Brian, we went back to the gym and we went through where I went wrong. Like, you know, not jabbing him, you know, getting frustrated and rushing. But now, you know, we're going to take our time now.
Right, just a last word from you, Brian. Without selling him too far, what is he going to achieve this year?
I think, I hope whatever's put in front of him, let's put it this way, I hope we win. So I can't say no more than them. Whatever they give us, we win. It's as simple as that. Fetch them on and we'll do the business. And they always say, all these people are trying to knock him and saying that he ain't fighting no one. This boy he's knocked out tonight has won more fights than Nigel's had. He's won his last 18 fights, and he can't ask for no more than that.
Right. Another explosive, very exciting night. Thanks very much, Nigel.
Thank you a lot, Jim.
Thanks a lot.